Hey, this is Stacy from Let's Cook, y'all. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new, welcome. We're so glad you're here. We hope you'll enjoy the content on our channel and you'll consider hitting that red subscribe button. We're back with a brand new weekly What's for Dinner video. We've got a couple more Japanese inspired dishes in honor of the Tokyo Olympics and some easy and delicious meals. We also had another big event in our house. We hope you enjoy this week's video. We're going to start off with a Japanese savory pancake that I pronounce okonomiyaki. My apologies for mispronouncing any Japanese words during the making of this video. I'm going to start off by making the sauce that goes on top of the okonomiyaki. This is from justonecookbook.com. 4 tablespoons of ketchup, 3.5 tablespoons of Worcestershire, and they recommended a Japanese brand, Bulldog, which I do not have. They said the Lee & Perrins is more sour. Okay, we'll add more sugar. 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce. Mine is very thick. It's been in the fridge. 1.5 tablespoons or more sugar as needed. Also going to make a little sriracha mayo for Tim. A little too spicy. Sriracha is a little too spicy for me, so I can go ahead and spice this up for him to also drizzle on top. To make the pancakes, cabbage pancakes, okonomiyaki, we're going to dice the cabbage really fine, and it's got to be salted, so I'm doing all this ahead of time. They said in mixing up the batter you could use water, but it's more traditional to use dashi. So I ordered these packets of instant dashi from Amazon, but I will never ever use all of them because I'm not going to make that much. But the package directions in a little bit of English on the back say to mix 1/2 packet with 10 ounces of hot water. So let's see if I can estimate 1/2. Good smelling stuff. Smells like the fishmonger, the sea, or the bottom of a boat with dead fish. Mix up the dashi and start cutting the cabbage. The next step says to take the 2 cups of finely diced cabbage, put it in a medium glass bowl, cover it with 1/8 teaspoon of salt, which is not very much. We're going to salt it. We're going to toss it to coat. That's not enough. And let it sit for about 15 minutes. Then we're going to rinse it and dry it. Don't know how we're going to dry it. And then we will proceed with the batter. I checked online. The only source I have is Google for these recipes. Every recipe for this okonomiyaki was different. Some of them had a protein in it, some of them did not. I assumed it would go over a little better in my house if it did. I'm not going to use a whole bag, but I did take a few shrimp out of a bag I had from Walmart. Put a little salt, pepper, and Old Bay on them. Very American, very westernized. And we will try to cook those and chop them up and add them to the pancakes. In the same skillet I used for the shrimp, I'm going to crisp up a little bit of bacon bits out of a big bag from Sam's Club. The recipe that I picked from the many that I Googled said to use lardons, which is a form of bacon. Said you could substitute bacon, and since this is all the bacon I have in the house, and it's already chopped up to go in the pancake mixture, we're going to go with this. Time to move on to the pancake itself. 1 cup of, I don't have okonomiyaki flour, so I'm using regular all-purpose. 2/3 of a cup of water or dashi. 2 eggs, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and a small amount of 1/8 teaspoon of sugar. So we're just going to put a pinch. We'll mix this up and then add the cabbage, the shrimp, and the bacon or lardons. 1/4 cup of chopped green onion. For better or for worse, this is going to be our okonomiyaki. I'm going to get my, you can do a skillet, I'm going to get my griddle out and get it hot and then pour a little oil on it and start putting these on there like pancakes. A big shout out to my sister who has been doing this for years, cooking themed food from the host country, for helping me with all these Japanese recipes. Thanks, Gail. For better or for worse, we have made the savory Japanese pancakes. Just a little packaged Japanese ramen noodle mix, okonomiyaki sauce, and the sriracha mayo they said to put in a squirt bottle so that you could put good lines on it. I did not buy squirt bottles. We're just going to go with this and hope for the best. How do you pronounce O-K-O-N-O-M-I? I have to put the pronunciation. I say okonomiyaki.
You trying to make a Japanese symbol there?
Maybe. I'm trying to load it up, so maybe it will be something you'll eat. You want some green onions on top? I had a few left. Here we go. There you go. Awesome. And there's wasabi if you need some wasabi. I don't eat that either. Wasabi. Japanese horseradish, or helps with your sinuses.
Yeah, or like fire.
Alexa, dismiss.
Wasabi's that little green fire.
Green fire. So, for better or for worse, our next Japanese dish is okonomiyaki. Jim's zooming in the camera. With ramen noodles. Or we can go to Sonic, the Sonic Grill. That's what's for dinner today. These turned out really well. Tim and I both liked them. The only thing is they did not work great as leftovers. They don't heat up as well. They're better fresh. I didn't want to overdo the Japanese on Tim, so we did American today. I had 2 russet potatoes that needed to be used. I sliced them up and soaked them in water for 30 minutes and then dried them really, really well. Covered them with some olive oil, kosher salt, and black pepper, and our favorite Creole seasoning, Tony Chachere's. Sprayed them with some olive oil and got them going in the air fryer. So is there anything in them besides that burger seasoning?
No, I could have put jalapenos in, but I didn't think about that.
Oh, then I can eat one of those.
I know how much you like jalapenos.
I do not eat jalapenos, but I have shrimp burgers from Trader Joe's. I'm kind of excited.
I guess I'll put them in there.
I was going to say they're frozen. When do they go on?
Yeah, you mentioned.
Those are my last 2 from Trader Joe's. If we go near Trader Joe's, I'll buy them again. But in the meantime, I found a different brand at Kroger. They were more expensive, but I got a box of those to try next. Burgers on the grill. No, you're not. You don't eat my shrimp burger.
Looking forward to you eating them and stay away from my
Stay away from my beef. Burgers on the grill. We don't have sodas very often, but when you have pizza or burgers, you got to have a soda. So Tim's got beef burgers. I've got the shrimp burgers from Trader Joe's, which are delicious. I'm sad that they're gone. I did some potato wedges, or Tim calls them
tater
logs in the air fryer. Got fixins. We're going to fix our plate and have burgers and fries and soda or Coke. We call everything a Coke down here. We don't use the word soda, do we?
Cherry Coke.
Cherry Coke. That's what's for dinner today. Since Tim had 4 burgers, he wanted to do burgers for the next couple of days. In addition to using up the potatoes, I also had some onions I wanted to use. And in all my years of cooking, I have never tried to caramelize onions. So I sliced a lot of onions, I melted some butter, added a little bit of olive oil, and then slowly, every 3 to 5 minutes, kept stirring them as they slowly cooked down. I think it took about 30 or 40 minutes total before they got this lovely dark golden brown color. I let them cook a little bit longer and then season them with kosher salt and a very small dash of balsamic vinegar. Not a whole lot when we're left. Started with a full pan. Tim will test them out for me. We'll see how they taste. You're going to double up with both caramelized onions and sauteed mushrooms. You excited about your burger?
I am.
Leftover hamburgers and tater logs with caramelized onions and sauteed mushrooms.
Set to kick it up a notch.
That's a patented copyright phrase. You're not allowed to say that. That's a Tim burger.
Keep it up with stealth.
That's what's for dinner today. We have another Japanese-inspired meal. Tim was thrilled to see me pressing tofu. I'm going to start by making the yakisoba sauce. I'm using a recipe from justonecookbook.com. It calls for 4 tablespoons or a 1/4 cup of Worcestershire sauce, 4 teaspoons of oyster sauce, 4 teaspoons of ketchup, 2 teaspoons of soy sauce, and I always use liquid aminos, and 2 teaspoons of sugar. I wanted to load the noodle dish up with vegetables, so I shredded some cabbage, chopped up some onion, chopped up some broccoli and mushrooms. It said to grate the carrot, but I tried that, didn't like it, so I just sliced it into some bite-sized pieces. With all the veggies, I thought 1 chicken breast for the 2 of us would be enough, and I was right. After about 30 minutes, I dried off the tofu and then cut quite a bit of it into small dice. I ended up cutting too much. I got out this package of, I guess it's Hokkien noodles. I'd bought these and the udon. These were slightly smaller, so I went with those for this noodle dish. I got my big wok out and preheated it and used some avocado oil, and then I added some diced ginger and garlic. Whenever I stir fry anything, I always go in reverse order, so whatever takes the longest goes in first. In this case, it was the chicken. When it was about cooked through, I added the harder vegetables and mixed all that up. I apologize for always blocking the camera, but my wok is cast iron and I do not need to touch it with my bare hand. When the cabbage had wilted about halfway, I added about half of the yakisoba sauce that we had mixed up. For the miso soup, I mixed 2 cups of water with 1 teaspoon of the instant dashi granules. The recipe that I use from All Recipes, I did cut in half. You mix that up and then bring it to a boil. I kept stirring the yakisoba and added the quartered mushrooms and the noodles from both packages, which made a lot for the 2 of us. Next time I would probably only use one of the packages that was inside, and then the rest of the yakisoba sauce. Once the mixture had come to a boil, I tried to use a strainer to press in the miso. I had read several comments on All Recipes. That was not working for me, so I just made a really concerted effort to whisk it really well. It took a little while to get it all incorporated. Some people had commented that it would be a little gritty. I didn't find that. We added in the tofu, and then to give mine a little more body, I added some mushrooms and green onions, hoping that Tim would like it this way. Another quasi-Japanese, at least in spirit, meal we're doing in honor of the Olympics. Kind of made an Americanized version of a yakisoba using the vegetables that I had: mushrooms, broccoli, carrots, onions, and cabbage. And I took a recipe as a guideline for miso soup and added some extra things that we like. Tofu that Tim does not like, but I do, and mushrooms and green onions. We will fix our plates. My apologies to anyone who is Japanese or knows how to cook it. This is in spirit only, and we're having fun with it. So yakisoba and miso soup with mushroom is what's for dinner today. To give Tim a break from Japanese food, and most especially from tofu, and to give me a bit of a break in the kitchen, today I just made a big salad. I made each of us the kind of wrap that we like. I started with mayonnaise. Tim's had ham, spicy brown mustard, pepper jack cheese, which I don't eat, some lettuce and tomato, because I did have them in the house for a change. Mine was turkey with some shredded cheese and a little dab of spicy brown mustard, and lettuce, no tomatoes for me. It was easy and quick. We're going to keep it light today and just go with wraps and salad. Tim's has ham and cheese, lettuce and tomato on it. He's got a big salad. He's rolling in the tomato thanks to a sweet friend bringing some, I think they're homegrown tomatoes. He brought them for 10. I cut some fruit up. We'll see if he eats that. The hummus cups are from Sam's Club. They're a little individually portioned. Each one is 180 calories. And I've also got a wrap salad. My wrap is turkey and cheese and nectarines and grapes and baby carrots and hummus. Keeping it light in the hot summer months. That's what's for dinner today. If you're a longtime subscriber of our channel, you might actually remember when this sweet young man was born. Our great nephew Hunter celebrated his 4th birthday. Here he is with his sister Allie. His parents gave a wonderful party he had to miss last year because of COVID. It was in the middle of the afternoon, so they just had some snacks and chips and dip and meatballs and fun stuff, and then they made homemade ice cream, and there was a very cute cake and watermelon.
Thank you for coming to my house.
You're welcome.
Right. Happy birthday, dear Hunter. Happy birthday to you.
Blow it out.
All right.
Blow the candle.
Blow the candle out.
Hunter, Hunter.
Somebody had a big birthday and enjoyed chauffeuring his sister around. I've been showing y'all my lunches out monthly with my Sunday school, but this is my ladies' small group at church. Our Bible study starts back up in August, and we had a lunch and got together with about half of our group. My friend Ruth had a crab cake sandwich between fried green tomatoes. Most of us had the daily special. That's some fried catfish. I had the special too, which was pot roast with your choice of sides. We had not actually seen each other in person since March of 2020. We've been doing our Bible studies on Zoom. So we splurged on a table-wide dessert. These were some fried donuts with ice cream and caramel and chocolate sauce, and they were pretty divine. And one more, this was actually on my phone from several weeks ago, and I totally forgot to transfer it. We went out after church with some friends to Sunday brunch to another place. Their Sunday special was fried chicken. Tim got fried chicken, turnip greens, mashed potatoes. I got a grilled chicken Caesar salad, and pretty much everybody either got the fried chicken or the fried catfish, but we are enjoying eating out again with our friends. Thanks so much for stopping by. Take care. Have a wonderful and truly blessed day.